Hey guys, so yesterday I played a lot of Aegislash, and the premise of this video is, should I buy him? Cause for some of you 10k gold might be a lot, and the answer is, should you buy him right now? Probably not. He feels kinda squishy, he feels very weak. Let's just talk about his weaknesses in this video. We'll go over some of his gameplay as well. His laning phase is not that bad. He has good last hit with Shadow Sneak, which we actually get right here. We get the last hit. But yeah, he's just way too squishy of a Pokemon. But early game, in these scenarios, he can actually do quite a lot of things. I actually managed to get 1k here. For hit items, I'm not sure either. I mean, we get a nice double kill, you know? It wasn't too bad of a start. Like, sometimes he feels quite good, sometimes quite bad. I would put him like in a solid B tier for now. And yeah, for hit items, Body Barrier, because Body Barrier, then I've been trying Muscle Band in this game. I've been running Focus Band as well, so 2 defensive items. I've also been trying Razor Claw, I've been trying every of his abilities, and I just come to the conclusion is that I don't really enjoy the character, I have to say. I'm very disappointed, I'm kind of disappointed myself. But I heard he might be also a bit bugged, which makes him this squishy. He doesn't get his entire stats or something. I don't know, there's apparently some bugs with him as well. And I've been trying every bit. I've been trying Sacred Sword. I've been trying the Claw. So the problem with this Pokemon is, what you see right here, if you go in, you can't get back out. You're pretty much always in, and you're so squishy. Like, you just don't even... He doesn't really excel at anything, right? He's like a damage dealer, but he doesn't really do that much damage either. It's always okay. It's just like, it could be better, but he doesn't really offer any CC as well. And his other 2 abilities, Iron Head and the White Guard, they just feel very clunky. Like, they kind of lock him into a position where he can't really do much. I think it's interesting how his kit works, but I think it might have missed the mark a tiny bit. Of course, if they buff his stats, he's probably going to be a good Pokemon. Here we find a nice knockup with the Sacred Sword, was actually quite decent. A triple knockup. This was actually probably one of my best Aegislash games I had yesterday. So that's why I'm also just talking about it. And you guys can see maybe some gameplay where like, wow, this character doesn't even look that bad. But yeah. So I've been also playing Iron Head on level 7 when you fully evolve. And his boosted auto attack is kind of weird. So his boosted auto attack works the way is when you hit an ability on someone, you get a boosted auto attack stack, up to 4 stacks, and those stacks get consumed. You know, he like dashes through enemies with his Blade Dance form. He has 2 different forms. Now on level 7 we have both forms. One is the defensive stance and one is the Blade stance. And his boosted auto attack does different things in it. This boosted auto attack, when he's after using his Iron Head, is a heal. He heals and reduces the cooldown of his other ability as well. And Sacred Sword, when you in your Blade stance, it just does damage and pierces through. And this pierce is very awkward. So like, it's a small dash, but I've been noticing that I've been going onto the wrong targets. Actually, this game wasn't too bad. I've been going onto the wrong targets in team fights because it's kind of like a dash. You dash into something that's low HP, so you can't really decide on who exactly you want to be. It has quite decent range, but yeah, it feels quite awkward to play as well. Another thing is, Sacred Sword has like this weird thing where if someone is right in front of you, on top of you, you don't hit them with it. It has like a small gap in between the Pokemon and where Sacred Sword lands. Also makes him quite awkward. His ultimate is okay. It can be good last hit. Here we actually get the Dreadnought, quite nice. But it has too long of an animation. It's very hard to hit. It has a very small hitbox, or width, what you want to call it. And so yeah, I've been running full here as well because I've been noticed that every time I get CC'd, I'm pretty much dead. I get CC'd once, I die. So I've been running full here. Hasn't helped me that much either, but yeah, just as a like countermeasure to being one-shot in CC. Besides that, I also tried the Claw, Shadow Claw, which might be my... I think I prefer Shadow Claw. After all the games I played today, I think Shadow Claw might be my pick, but that ability also does feel a bit weird sometimes. And yeah, so the gimmick of this character is that you switch between like the shield form and the blade form, and one is supposed to do damage, the other one is a bit to be sustainy, tanky, but he doesn't really get tanky. Like, he just doesn't feel tanky. He's so squishy. He has no defensive stats, especially in the blade stance form where he's supposed to do a lot of damage. He doesn't even do that much damage, right, to compensate for how squishy he is. Like, compared to Absol just does a bit more damage, is as squishy, but has so much more things going on. Here we actually we get ulted. We tried. Let's see. If, like, I tried to 1v3 here. Here you see his ultimate happening, and I just try to go into my blade stance, heal a bit, do damage, and I just like click my buttons. I just fling around everywhere. It's actually hard to keep track of what your character even does. But I've noticed in a lot of team fights that my boosted auto attack just flies me onto a target I don't want to fly on. That's probably one of the most annoying things I've noticed. Besides that, I've been trying to play him all day. I personally didn't enjoy him that much. Like, he felt kind of clunky to me. Maybe you guys enjoy him more. But yeah, honestly, his damage is quite fine, but again, just way too squishy. Just way too squishy. Is there anything else that's important on this character? But yeah, you need level 7. I've been laning with him. I don't think you want to play him in jungle. Of course, he would be better in jungle, right? Because you get higher level. But the problem is that if you play him in jungle, you will not have a carry for late game. This character is not a carry. For sure not. So yeah, I would not recommend playing this in jungle. He is just sorry. We just disappeared, right? I don't even know. I just died. I just died. He just literally disappears. And he has like no, I mean, he has Iron Head and White Guard is like defensive tools, but they don't really feel like either that they do much. Like they're okay. So something you can do is you can stack up your boosted auto attacks for Iron Head, have like 4 boosted auto attacks going into a fight, then use those, and then do another Sacred Sword, another Iron Head, and have more boosted auto attacks. But yeah, he will try to maybe kill the Gengar. So it's very important to maybe switch between, and we actually crit him, so that was quite nice. So I don't think he's that complicated to play. You pretty much just play him. Also, like, people say, you know, Serena, like, complicated characters, but in the end, you just use your abilities and hope for the best, right? I do have been trying to heal a lot as well in team fights later on. If I feel like, they don't really die, I just want to be tanky, I'm in my Iron Head form, and I just try to heal. It actually heals quite a lot, the boosted auto attack in shield form. But yeah. It just doesn't do damage. Like, as soon as you're in your shield form, you just don't do damage, right? You're a bit tankier, but you're still not tanky enough for justified how, like, little damage you do. It's just not enough. We try to farm level 13. And I'm just not warm with this character yet. I did win a lot of my games, and I had decent damage in most of my games, but it never felt like I actually had impact, and I could have had the same or even better impact on other melee characters. But here you can see he's quite nice at chasing. Chase Lucario that 3 times with a boosted auto attack. Also, the weird thing is he only gets boosted auto attacks from using abilities. He never gets a boosted auto attack from just auto attacking, which can be sometimes quite annoying. But yeah, he's quite good at chasing someone down. We get a nice triple kill here. Like, he doesn't look that bad, right? He really doesn't. He looks quite fine in most of the cases, but I just feel like any other melee I would just do a better job with. But he does have better laning phase than other melees. Like, he has better laning phase than a Serena has, as an example, or better laning phase than Dragon Knight, who are, like, I guess, similar role, kinda. But, like, he still gets very outshined by, like, Lucario or Machamp, right? Those are just much better characters, who are always good early, mid, and late game. Late game team fighting also felt quite difficult. In those late game team fights against buddy barriers and weakly tough ultimates, I just don't feel like I can do anything. Again, 1 CC and even late game, and I feel like I'm just dead. I'm forced to use my ultimate. Even full heal doesn't really help much either, because I just get bursted down so fast that, yeah, I mean, what's full heal gonna do if I take damage, right? So you have to play him kind of smart. Here we hit a nice knock-up, and we just dash 4 times with our boosted auto attack. And now we're just like out of juice. Like, actually out of juice. Just like don't have any damage left. And now we see Zapdos stepping up. There's 2 people on there. It actually, his ultimate can be a good last hit, I guess. Here I go into my shield form to heal. I will not do damage. Now I go back into my blade stance form. But I just regularly go back into my shield to heal more again. Try to use boosted attacks, so I just don't die to a Snorlax, right? And now we finish him off with our Sacred Sword boosted auto attack. Someone wants to surrender vote. Very interesting surrender vote. And we still have ultimate, we dash in. I go back into my shield form because I just don't want to die right now. Like, I'm just healing with a boosted auto attack. And now we just try to burst Zap. But I have noticed that even last time with this ultimate is quite difficult. I actually didn't even get it there, it was close. Because it has a decent amount of wind up as well. It's not instantly. I think if it was instantly, it would be much, of course it would be better. But I think it would be fine if it was much faster, since it's also quite hard to hit. And yeah, I mean, the Gengar, I actually against Gengars I can at least win only once. But this was a pretty solid Aegislash game, honestly. But yeah, TLDR, should you buy this character? I would wait right now. Unless you're a big fan of this character and you're like, oh my god, this is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I love him so much. I want to play this Pokemon over anything. I've been waiting since I was born for this Pokemon to be in Pokemon Unite. You know what? Then sure. For others, 10k is a lot, and I would just not recommend playing it right now. Wait until buffs. And again, I heard he is decently bugged as well. I'm not sure how exactly he is bugged. Has to probably still be found out. But there's certain things that don't work. Like, he's supposed to also get like some move speed buff in between switching forms, but it doesn't really feel like he gets that at all. And yeah, would not recommend it right now. But if you guys think this looked fun to you and you're like, yeah, this doesn't look too bad, and I like being very squishy by doing okay damage, then sure, if you like melee assassins, you can try. But yeah, right now I would not recommend him. I would probably put him in like a solid B tier for now if I would make a new tier list. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I haven't figured him out yet. It's quite difficult with held items as well. People have been just, the moveset, like, no one is sure what the best moveset is. No one knows what the best held items on him are either yet. And so the funny part is, every time I played a different moveset, someone in my Twitch chat said, you should try this moveset. And then I tried that moveset, and someone else was, no, this is bad, you should try this moveset. I tried that moveset, and the next day I was like, no, you should try this moveset. And that's like the entire day just was like this. And you should try these head items. Chris, no, you should try these head items, these head items. So people have very different opinions on this Pokemon, which is quite interesting. And yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this helped you decide if you want to buy this character or not. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!